leagues in any sport really. I think Premier right now is the global comparison to like GSL almost.
It's definitely the hardest tournament next to the GSL.
Yeah, like OSSL or whatever. Like as soon as you get outside of Korea, I think WCS is the hardest you're going to find. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be very interesting to see who will actually be the one to emerge as the representatives. But you know what? I'm babbling on. We have a game to cast.
Yes, that is true. So here we go, guys. Jumping right into it. Our first player here in the bottom left. In the blue, it is going to be Reason, who's currently down 1 game in this series. And his opponent in the top right, playing for Team Ro8. It's going to be CatZ in the red.
Right, well, CatZ taking their first game, only 2 maps away from certain victory. Now, of course, Reason not out of it yet. We still have a long way to go. Remember, Reason managed to take out B-Lord 3-1.
I'm playing a very good series in his first rounder and through the rounds of 8. So we'll have to see that. I mean, CatZ has sort of he's tilting into in the direction of just being the generally favored player.
Yeah, I think people tend to do that as well because we're seeing CatZ compete a lot in North America.
Yeah, not so much as of recently, but he's definitely the together with Major, I'd say, the internationally most famous Latin American player.
Yeah,
of course, because he is team captain of Ro8, and they of course have a plethora of multinational players. I mean, they Hydra, Minigun used to play on Ro8.
Yeah.
Who else?
Even Supernova for some time.
Yeah. Ro8 Supernova. My favorite Terran.
Yeah, like a ton of different players.
Yeah, lots of guys.
So the thing is as well, like CatZ is not only just a player and a team captain. He's also like a big personality, and even does other things. Like I've even seen him cast a bit of Hearthstone, I believe. So it was pretty cool.
A little bit all over the place.
Yeah, like he's really involved in the scene. So if you haven't heard of CatZ, you probably have been missing out quite a bit.
Or maybe you're not in the scene.
Maybe you're a dog person. I know you are.
I love dogs.
You love dogs way too much.
I have my dog.
Yeah. The thing is, like, you will never be quiet about your dog. Never.
It's because it's a puppy, but once she grows old and boring, I will be quiet about it.
She's not even a puppy anymore, is she?
She's a puppy.
For you, she is.
She's a puppy. She's half a year old.
Just a half year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was a year. Okay.
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
She's a tiny dog.
Okay, that makes sense then. But, okay, coming back to the actual CatZ game. We're going to see both players get the gases. Now, actually, we talk about CatZ a lot here, but let's just mention Reason. He just got out his group as well, or rather his bracket, 3-1. And he managed to get out his group without having too much difficulty.
So, I mean, he's here for a reason.
He is here for a reason, to make the puns even more obvious. Yeah, let the puns reign. Now, let's see here. Reason goes for speed, constantly mining that gas. We'll probably be going into that Bay Nest, and there we go. I keep telling you, when there are obvious things to call, I'm a psychic. it's like casting a terror.
You see, I only know things when they are really obvious, but
yeah, it's like I have 20/20 hindsight as a superpower.
That's a great superpower.
Have you seen Captain Hindsight?
Yeah, I've seen Captain Hindsight.
It's so awesome.
You should have not climbed that ladder into the burning house, and you should have avoided pouring that pot of boiling water over yourself, because now you're in the hospital and you have to pay expensive hospital bills.
Thank you, Captain Hindsight.
You know what? I would never have realized if it weren't for you.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't have told me, I would have continued hurting myself with boiling pots of water.
Well, that being said, jokes aside, Reason is going to pull the ultimate joke and try to...
No. He means serious business.
He really is. Well, behind this he's droning, so this is actually just semi-serious. He's going on a business trip, but it's still kind of casual. It's business casual.
Business trip in...
yeah, it's a jacket and jeans.
A jacket and jeans for a
business
business trip.
It's not full suit.
No, not a full suit. He's going to go right up into the main, though. And here we go. Nothing to defend. Single queen. He's going to isolate that, take that out. Good positioning here from CatZ, though. So he should be focused firing some of these drones, see if he can weaken the economy of his opponent. 2 drones already going down. He's starting to queue up these commands to kill the drones in the main. Handful have already fallen. Still, though, the queen actually getting transfused, so she does stay alive. 5 drones have gone down so far. Still, not enough damage dealt for reason, because now CatZ reinforcing with Zerglings of his own. But one thing to point out here, very important, is the fact that CatZ skipped that speed. He went right up into that lair as he was getting his Ro8 and the double evolution chamber. So now, it's going to be very hard for him to deal with this.
Now here's a cool detail. We only see 6 workers killed from Reason, right?
7.
7, okay. Okay, I'll give you that, 7. And he lost 14.
That's actually a really good trade.
Yeah, so you'd think like, okay, 14 lings, 7 workers, it's exactly the same, right? It should be. But then you realize, why is he ahead in workers? Well, that's because he's been droning behind this, and CatZ has been constantly making units. So not only did he trade equally, but he forced a few lings and those roaches out from CatZ, and that means that he's going to have a slight worker lead.
That's a very nice moves here from Reason. And this does give him a lot of initiative. And now another thing, of course, because he has that speed, he could actually try to go for a denial on the 3rd base.
This is so sad. They just try to catch up.
No, it's not going to work.
Never.
I mean, look at this now. We're going to... Reason can add in a couple of more lings, and then he'll defend his 3rd. No problem. Easy peasy. But he's actually going to sort of...
Whoa.
Okay, more lings. Here we go.
That's a lot of lings.
He's going to kill 2 drones, though, who are trying to go... to become gas geysers towards this 3rd hatchery.
Yeah, well, so the thing is here, since Reason has speed and CatZ doesn't have too much defense, he's right now just going up to that 9 roach number.
Oh, gets up into the natural.
Well, it's all about this 3rd base though, and since it's not done yet, you can still cancel it, but you really don't want to at this point. You can't really take that that kind of disadvantage this early into the game, especially since you might not be able to cancel your opponents.
Look at this, more lings coming in from the back here. He's going to definitely cancel this. +1 isn't even done here for Reason yet, so that means no 2-shotting these Zerglings. Gets the cancel. It's going to be forcing CatZ to rebuild that while his 3rd base back at home, completely done and finished. And you know what behind this? Reason +1 on the way, Glide Reconstitution, getting 8 roaches of his own, so there's not really going to be any way here for CatZ to counterattack.
Here's the problem though. As CatZ also wanted to counterattack right away, these lings threatened the new build 3rd, so he couldn't even counterattack.
He's sort of keeping his opponent on lockdown right now. Reason in an excellent position. CatZ is now going to try to play catch-up in some way. He needs to make something happen. We'll see. Maybe he tries to break down the ice up into the main. Maybe he tries to hit an angle from the right-hand side into that 3rd base. But something needs to be done. Because even though CatZ ahead in supply, Reason has more workers. And soon his 3rd base is truly going to start kicking in. And that's when things get really hairy here for our Root Zerg. So he needs to grab some sort of counter-initiative out on this map. And I think he's going to try to find an angle towards this 3rd base.
The Spankle has to walk quicker than that if he wants to make it in time, and as CatZ sees this with the Overlord, he's going to take the low ground straight away. Now, we saw Reason being supply capped a bit here, so he actually couldn't make too many roaches, and that's going to be a big deal here because, well, he would have had extra 4 roaches or so for this fight, which would have actually made the difference. Now, CatZ is pushing up towards this ramp. He wants to take this fight, it looks like, and Reason right now just has to hold on and wait for reinforcements.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly close because more units streaming across the map here for CatZ. He's starting to close the gap, getting closer here. All of the roaches are shooting, but still Reason with the superior economy. Remember, he was up in 10 and now 8 drones. So he's going to be able to continuously replenish roaches here. And even the spine in the 3rd base makes it even harder for CatZ to try to go for a big push up that ramp. And now he's going to be forcing his opponent back. Reason, roach advantage going to him. And CatZ is now going to be forced to back out of there as Reason in excellent position. More roaches on the way, +2 on the way. These guys very close in the upgrades, but still, Blue Zerg in the lead in terms of those drones.
Indeed, and right now we see CatZ making drones behind this, so he's trying to catch up again. But the problem is the Reason got a lot out of this. Now he's adding that gas, now he's getting ready to go into the more macro game. And see how quick Reason right away starts droning? Instead of doing the foolish thing that we see so many players do, but just constantly make roaches right now and try to hit CatZ back, he knows that that is not going to happen, and therefore he's going to macro up and still keep that lead.
Yeah, I really like this move as well. I agree with you. Because what he's doing now, he's playing and catering to the fact that he has the defender's advantage. And he can get away with more drones. He already has a spine in position. If he wants to, he can add in one or 2. Because I mean, he has that money to spare. Look at that. Look at the minerals. I mean, compare them to CatZ, and now CatZ is going to try to make something happen. Play some catch up with that burrow and tunneling claws. If he can make, if he can sort of get in the bases of his opponent unhindered or unnoticed, I'd say, that's where things get really scary for a reason. But nonetheless, the blue Zerg has pretty much just stayed ahead in most regards. So it's going to be up to CatZ here to sort of turn things around a little bit.
I guess so. Both players at the same time starting their Carapace after finishing +2 pretty much at the same time as well. Now, CatZ, as I say, going to have the burrow play. Well, Reason going straight into the infestation pit. I'm not a big fan, as I said, about this, but you can force trades. And as CatZ is not going to Roach Hydra, he actually doesn't have the superior attack force, but it's made to harass.
Okay, look at this now. Reason, though, he's moving out across the map because he is maxed. 200, 200, going for the gold base. This attack is going to try to cover for it, but CatZ sending a group of roaches around the back here, left-hand side of the map, to see if he can find something to kill. And those roaches are burrowed. So if his opponent is paying attention, seeing the dark shadow on the ground, he'll be able to make something happen. But there we go, Reason pushing up into the face of CatZ. Burrow play is going to be very strong here because he can Barrow Micro and heal up, but there is already an Overseer though, so I don't know how much of that we're going to see. Reason still staying 20 supply ahead, but at the same time the natural is getting hit. CatZ starting to bring down drones, and there's nothing here to defend for this, so he's going to lose a lot of workers, but at the same time he needs to be concerned with back at home, and he's going to lose the Roach Warren. He's going to get right on top of these spine crawlers, and there's nothing here for CatZ now. The only thing he can make is Lings. That's all CatZ has.
Yeah, right now he has to defend with the few roaches he does have, but, well, it's still a pretty nice force that he does have, but, well, he's kind of trapped on the high ground of his own ramp, and you never want to be in this position. A lot of roaches right now not fighting. A reason behind this, just making more and more of those, and at the same time, he has as many workers as his opponents.
Yeah, but the third base is coming under fire right now. Reason losing more drones. Because, I mean, these burrow roaches really hard to deal with. He's not really sent any Overseers back defensively. Instead, he's rallying more units across. He's killing a lot of drones of CatZ. More roaches streaming across the map here. A line of blue. Now the reinforcements have sort of slowed down. But still, remember this. Reason can continuously replenish the roach numbers. CatZ cannot. He doesn't even have a roach warren up yet.
Yeah, that kill of the Roach Warren is just way too much for CatZ, and, well, Reason comes in here, going to focus down the last few units of our red Zerg, and that is going to be all she wrote for this map.
Yeah, that's going to be it, guys. This land, not long for this world, and even cleans up the units attacking him back at home, defending his gold base. CatZ going to be spending his last minerals at a last-ditch defense here, setting up a line of, or rather, a wall of spines. Still, though, not going to be enough to stay in this game. 12 drones, 39 supply. Get out, CatZ.
Yeah, well, that's at least what Reason is telling him. And, well, I guess that's... He can even go backdoor this. Like, if you ever played any mobile games, you can actually just backdoor these spines.
CatZ is still trying these counterattacks with the burrowed roaches, but I don't really see the point of it.
There we go.
There we have it. So GG, and that means Reason takes game number 2, tying things up in this series. So we are once again back to 1-1 standoff.
We are, and well, things are just starting to get interesting here. We are in our third game soon enough.